Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be meal prepping for the next couple of days. I'm just going to meal prep lunch and dinner as well. So I thought I would film it for you guys, give you some tips and tricks on how I meal prep, all of that. For my lunch, I'm going to be making a steak, mashed potato and veggie bowl just with some cheese on the top. I did this last week with taco seasoned chicken and it was really nice, so I'm going to try it with steak. Because then for dinner I'm going to be making a crispy chicken flatbread gyros. Is that what they're called? Gyros? Like with the chips, the lettuce, and then the crispy chicken as well in like a little flatbread thing. So hopefully should all be tasty. It should all kind of fill me up. I've had both of these meals or similar meals and they are quite filling, so I'm hoping that they keep me nice and satisfied all day. For my breakfast, I don't meal prep. I usually just have a sourdough with scrambled eggs, baked beans and avocado, so it's pretty easy to put together in the mornings. The only thing that I do prep is the sourdough because I do eat it like over the week. I like to pre-cut it and freeze it, and then in the mornings just take it out and defrost it in the toaster. A tip, pre-cut it before you put it in the freezer so then you don't have to defrost the whole loaf or try and cut into a frozen loaf of sourdough. Let's get into this video and yeah, let's meal prep some food. It's 1:45 now. I have to leave my house at 4:30 the latest, so I want to be done at 4. So I've got 2 hours to meal prep. I think it should be all good. I think like the longest thing that will take to kind of cook is the crispy chicken, because obviously there's a bit of a process before. And also, if you can hear in the background, my washing machine is going, so that's the little noise in the background. But let's get into meal prepping. Okay, so we're going to start with making our steak mashed potato meal prep. I'm going to start by peeling out potatoes. Usually if I have them fried, I like to get the whitewashed potatoes and keep the skin on them just for some extra fiber. Apparently it's really good at like helping with your digestion, but they didn't have any, and I'm going to be making mash anyway and I feel like it's a bit weird with the skin on it. So I'm going to peel these, chop them up into cubes and then boil them for my mashed potato. For our meat, I'm going to make like a homemade garlic and herb butter. I brought this unsalted butter just from Woolies the other day, so I just thought I'd use this. It's just like the block one. I've got some Italian herbs and then some powdered garlic. So I'm going to add that to the pan, mix it all in, and then pop my steak to cook it in it. So this is the mince that I'm using. It's just extra lean diced beef. I have been trying to go to the butchers recently and getting like fresh meat from there and chicken as well. But sometimes I'm just a bit lazy and can't bother driving all the way to the butcher to get it. So I got this one from Woolies. It's just extra lean diced beef, 500 grams of beef. While our meat cooks, I'm going to start on the crispy chicken. We're going to use 2 bowls, going to crack and whisk 2 eggs in one, and then we're going to make our breadcrumb kind of mixture in the other. So I picked up the cornflake crumbs, just this one here. I thought, oh my gosh, how good it's going to be, like the crispy cornflakes, chunks and everything like that. It's not. It's literally like really crushed cornflakes, if you can see that. Which, I mean, it still tastes really good, but like I feel like you could just buy normal breadcrumbs, to be honest. But I'm going to mix some herbs in that. I'm going to do a garlic powder, Italian herbs, vegetable stock, paprika, and then some salt. And then we're going to slice our chicken. Got a massive bulk pack from Woolies, which is good. I feel like they don't usually have this, so it's nearly 2.5 kilos and it was only 20 bucks. So love that for me. I'm going to freeze the rest that I don't use. I might do like 150 gram portions for each day, and meal prep it for maybe 4 days because I'll have one today as well.
It's the sunrise and those brown eyes, yes. You're the one that I desire. When we wake up and then we make love, it makes me feel so nice. You're my water when I'm stuck in the desert. You're the talent all I take when my head hurts. You're the sunshine on my...
I'm also going to add our mashed potato first, in our containers, sorry. I'm just going to do like a layer at the bottom. With our mash, I just added in full cream milk and then the unsalted butter as well, with some vegetable stock and some Celtic salt, however you say it. So if you are tracking this, you can definitely use a scale, place it under each container and just add little by little when you add it in, and then add more to make it kind of even. But I'm obviously not weighing it, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Weigh out my potatoes before you boil them and then put that into your MyFitnessPal. If say I have 300 grams of the raw potatoes, I would then put 100 grams for each day and then evenly split this, and then that will be your 100 grams of potato. Obviously once you add the milk and the butter, the amount is going to change, and then it's not going to be an accurate representation of your potato. I'm going to layer on my veggies, exactly the same thing. Weigh these out before you cook them. These ones are frozen, so make sure that you're putting them in as frozen vegetables. So this mix is just broccoli, peas and beans. And then I'm going to top it with our cooked diced beef. And then I've got asparagus cooking in the pan that I cooked the steak, and I'm just going to add 3 spears I think I've got, or maybe 2 spears of asparagus to each, just to kind of mix it up a bit and get more variety of my vegetables. Alright, so it's now 4 o'clock and I've finished my meal prep. I've even washed everything up and cleaned the entire kitchen, so love that. We did that in like 2-ish hours. We've got our crispy chicken. Oopsie. Crispy chicken. One thing I do notice though with these breadcrumbs in the air fryer, they do kind of keep their crisp a little bit. I mean, the bottoms aren't very crispy, so if you do want like an extra crisp, I definitely recommend maybe the oven, otherwise like frying them in some oil, which will keep the crisp. And then we also have our asparagus, mixed greens, potato and our steak. And then don't know if I will, but I might top it with like some shredded light cheese as well. When we microwave it, it will obviously melt. I like to make my potato just a little bit more runny than usual. I feel like it just helps with the consistency when you do heat it up, as well as the steak, undercooking it just a little bit, because obviously in the microwave it does cook it that slight bit. Then we also have our shredded lettuce, which will go on our wrap. I'm going to make one of the crispy chicken wraps right now, so I'll show you what I'm going to be doing for lunch for the next couple of days. Another thing you want to keep in mind, want to make sure that your food is cooled down and not steaming hot before you put it in the fridge. I think it can cause like some bacteria and stuff in the meal, I'm pretty sure. I've just heard that it's not very good to put hot food straight into the fridge covered. So they've been sitting there for probably like an hour, to be honest, since I've like cleaned up and everything. My wraps did come broken, which is annoying, like they're literally all broken, but whatever. I'm gonna put maybe like 3. And then these are the chips that I tend to use. I tend to use these chips in the air fryer. I think they just taste the best if I have no time. Otherwise, I will usually just make my own chips in with like a potato. They're obviously not as like crispy, but they're still really good and obviously a lot more macro friendly. But I opted for these chips. I'm just gonna add that on. Cool. And I'm just gonna top it with just some mayonnaise. Super simple. something a little bit different. Super easy obviously to make. The chicken's already done. You can obviously change it up throughout the week if you are sick of making this. You've got the crispy chicken, you can make like a salad, I don't know, put it in some pasta, make some roast veggies, whatever you want. Yeah, that's everything that I've meal prepped for the next couple of days. I also have leftover chicken. Altogether, this shop, I did get like some extra things like toothpaste and floss and all of that. Altogether, this shop was $125, which I think is pretty good. I won't have to buy chicken for a while. I think I've got like an extra like 1.5 kilos, so that's good. Yeah, obviously you've got your mixed greens, I've got heaps of potatoes. So yeah, definitely recommend buying in bulk if you do meal prep often and you are trying to save a little bit of money. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. But yeah, it was super fun meal prepping today. Bit stressful because I have to leave in like 3 minutes. Need to get dressed and everything, but nonetheless, tomorrow I'll be stress-free because I'll know exactly what I'm eating and I won't have to worry about spending another couple hours in the kitchen for the next couple of days. Definitely a game changer. If you haven't tried meal prepping, definitely try it. You might not be perfect. Even if you just like don't want to cook and like put it in containers, even just like portioning out your chicken or your meat, pre-chopping your vegetables, all of that stuff, it definitely helps in preparation time, therefore reducing the cooking time. So anything that works for you in prepping your meals throughout the week that is going to decrease your stress and increase your time that you have, definitely recommend doing it. But I'm gonna eat this, head off because I'm going to be late, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. Bye.